Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Into the Collection. I'm making this video as sort of a new video for the series, obviously, but also as an update video on the channel. First off, I am working on new content. My schedule lately has been fairly hectic, but I have some exciting videos in the works, and I can't wait for what's to come. Second, what happened? Well, to be honest, I hit a really good stride in 2021, doing multiple videos a month and getting, larger documentary style videos out each month as well. And then the Xbox video came. To be honest, I worked really hard on the GameCube video, and every cut, edit, or revision I did, I wasn't a huge fan of. A weird thing has been happening where each video I make, I like less and less, even though I think they're good or high quality. I love that GameCube video. It's probably my favorite one, or the Saturn video, since that was my first one. But to keep up with the demand and schedule, I immediately started working on the Xbox video. My goal with the Xbox video was to publish it by November 15th of 2021, which was the day the Xbox released in 2001, so I could hit that 20-year mark right on the dot. And while I was making good progress, a couple of things happened. First off, while I was making the video, Microsoft and Xbox themselves announced a 3 or 4 part documentary on the creation of the Xbox. Now, that might not be a big deal, and the documentary itself is great. I really recommend giving it a watch, but it was a big blow to the idea of, well, should I even make it? So I was starting to question that, and I was already in the editing stages of the video itself, so I couldn't just re-script or take things from the documentary to supplement the video, especially if I wanted to hit that November 15th date. And that's the second thing, the dreaded November 15th. I worked really hard and crunched bad to try to get that video out by that date. And I had never experienced it before because I've always, sort of taken my time on videos. However, I was just starting a new job and was still trying to make things work with that. And I ended up pulling 2 or 3 all-nighters in a row trying to get it done. And finally, it happened. I decided to delay it for a couple of days for my health. I was still trying to get it out by the end of the week, I think, the 18th or something. And then my hard drive itself failed completely. You see, for the entire year of 2021, I had been running into this issue with Windows where my boot drive would not be recognized, seemingly at random. My computer would turn off, then just not recognize my SSD as a boot drive. When I tried booting into it, it told me to repair Windows, which never worked. Most of the time, I was able to just force it to boot on the correct SSD, which normally included unplugging all the other hard drives I have and going through the BIOS multiple times and rebooting it multiple times. This time, nothing worked. I had written down the steps that I had previously used to fix it, and this time, just nothing was working. I had a friend who had gone through the same issue, and he just wiped his hard drive and reinstalled Windows. So I thought, sure, why not? I have an entire hard drive dedicated to video game docs footage, scripts, etc. So I'll just reinstall Windows and call it a day. Then we'll be good to go, right? Except Premiere Pro automatically saves to your C drive or your boot drive under Documents, Adobe, then Premiere Pro. Even though I had set the project to save on my other hard drive that had all of my video game docs stuff, it still saved the file on my C drive. Meaning that when I wiped and reinstalled, the entire video was lost. And I tried finding it in every single hard drive that I had, and I tried recovering it with Windows recovery tools and third-party applications, all of it. So I stopped making videos. I had put multiple hours. I was almost done with the video, and all of a sudden the entire thing was lost. So it killed my drive, all pun intended, to create videos, because everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And when I went to make the Xbox video again, things still kept going wrong. It just wouldn't work. Windows would crash, Premiere would crash. I would lose hours of work at a moment. And eventually I put out the Xbox video, and it's been one of the worst performing videos to date. And then I made the video on the Game & Watch, which I understand is very niche, and it also, of course, performed poorly, due to not uploading for 6 months. So here we are. I'm still uploading frequently to TikTok, and I'm starting to get in the groove with my YouTube channel again. I currently have 3 videos in the works, and my next video is going to be on Luigi's Mansion. I lied. I currently have 3 videos in the works. My next video is going to be on something that I discovered not too long ago and really enjoyed. And then the video after that is going to be on Luigi's Mansion. And then the third video is a secret that is probably my favorite that's in the works. But Luigi's Mansion has been a childhood favorite of mine. And I'm actually recreating the mansion in Minecraft on a friend's server, which I might start streaming that progress, but I haven't decided yet. Anyways, now that that's all said and done, what's today's game from my wonderful collection? If you couldn't tell by today's title of the video, it is Neon Genesis Evangelion for the Nintendo 64. So for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Neon Genesis Evangelion fan. I have 2 vinyls from, I have Evangelion Finally, and then Hikaru Utada's hit single, One Last Kiss. I have both of those on vinyl. I own the Blu-ray special edition, all of that. I own multiple Saturn games for Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I wanted to take a look at this because it just celebrated its 23rd birthday. So here we go. Releasing exclusively in Japan on June 25th, 1999, Neon Genesis Evangelion was developed by BEC and published by Bandai, now Bandai Namco. BEC is known mainly for the Super Robot Wars series, a tactical RPG series with huge mecha crossovers. The game itself is more of a loose adaptation of the anime series, and it also includes the end of Evangelion. So it takes you through the main events of not only the show, but the movie that came after it, namely battling all of the angels. And by the end, you even fight the military force and the mass production Evas as Asuka. The game features 2D fighting and other mechanics for the battles as well, and the game also includes different plot lines and different endings, surprisingly enough. The game itself is a lot more lighthearted than the anime, a point you might love or you might hate. It also features very graphically impressive scenes for the time, making the translation from anime to game a pretty well done transition. Obviously, I probably put some footage of the game running up, but here we are. The boxed version straight from Japan. As you can see from Bandai, it seems to feature Rumble support and then Card-Ass. So I actually had to look up what Card-Ass is. It feels like something I shouldn't say, especially in a video. But Card-Ass is Bandai's card vending machines type of thing. They originally just kind of collector's items made for kids, so you could, buy trading cards and stuff like that. And I think, if I remember correctly, this, when it released in Japan, came with 3 Card-Ass cards, which normally you can only get through a vending machine, but this actually came with a few. So if we take a look at the back of the box, we have some screenshots of the game, which look very similar to the anime, other than the 3D polygonal graphics. And then obviously we have the classic Evangelion font. I wish I could read all of this. Maybe I'll translate it and throw it up on screen, but unfortunately I'm still practicing on my Japanese. So something that I think is very interesting is that N64 boxes were kind of flipped then compared to the Americans. Hold on, let me grab an American one. Yeah, so here's my copy of Mario Party 3. And as you can see, the dimensions don't quite line up. It seems like the Evangelion box is a little bit taller, and I think that's how just about all, and it's a little bit taller and a little bit wider, excuse me. And I think that's how all Japanese games are. This is the only Japanese N64 game I own at the moment. And so I did have to modify my N64 to play this game because I was so excited for it. I might do a Neon Genesis Evangelion video game video eventually, but at the moment, still kind of thinking about it. So I actually really like this kind of plastic thing that they do with it rather than the weird cardboard that they do for American games. But what else is in here? Okay, that's just warning stuff. So here we are. We have this plastic thing. We have the cartridge itself right here. I really love the design of this with the red cross, kind of looking like if you've seen the anime Misato's cross necklace, but red, and Nintendo 64 cassette. So I think it's really cool that some regional differences include, calling it a cassette rather than a cartridge. But yeah, here we are. Here's the game itself. And then we have this guy. This is the manual, obviously, and I love the theming on this. The For Your Eyes Only. It seems like a Nerve handbook, which I think is incredibly cool. And obviously, it includes imagery from not only the show but the game. And so right here, we have some really good artwork from the anime. Specifically, we got Shinji, we got Asuka, we got Misato, Rei, Gendo, the whole cast and crew. We even got Kaoru there. Some really good imagery, obviously. Probably recapping the story here, which I think is really neat. And then the controls. So something that's really cool about this game is that it kind of switches between 2D fighting game styles and like completely different styles in general. Like I think there's a Dance Dance Revolution type game, which is, really cool. When you boot the game up, you have a story mode, simulation mode, and option mode. Option, it kind of sounds like exactly what it is. You get to change the options of it. And then story mode takes you through the anime or the game, technically, kind of episode by episode, battling each angel. And then simulation mode, I think this is just like a general practice mode where you get to practice some of the levels that you've beaten. And obviously it details it a little bit more specifically what the option modes, so you can choose whether you're playing on easy or hard. And then it has third impact there. I'm actually not entirely sure what that does. It might delete your file. But then if you go into story, then obviously you can, create a new file. I think it's cool that you can actually have multiple files on this game. Not a ton of N64 games do that. I could be wrong, but I just don't remember it being such a big feature. And then obviously it starts talking about the story mode, talking about and showing off the first angel that Shinji goes up against. And before each mission, you do get a this little, oh come on, focus. This little control scheme thing that tells you the control scheme for the mission that you're about to go into. It's really funny to me because every single time I play this game, I still have to remember the controls because I can't read Japanese, and there's no easy way to translate an N64 game immediately. So kind of showing the battle system for the 2D tidbits. And I think that shows Shinji going berserk, which I think happens when you lose a little bit of your health. And here it is, I think, detailing what types of missions there are. So there's 3D, there's A, B, C, and then R3D. I think the 3D stands for when you just generally fight in each mission. And then let's see here. Yeah, so something that you might notice in some of the screenshots that we're looking at is this little meter up here. That's, I believe, your synchronization rate. No, that's your health up there, but you do have a synchronization rate. I think it shows right there. The higher your sync rate goes based on, the combos that you hit or how much you haven't gotten hit, then you do more damage or are allowed to do more powerful attacks, which I think is a pretty neat mechanic, which follows in line. And then obviously you can open your own AT field for defense, and you even can rip through the enemy's AT field. That was a mechanic that took me a long time to find, but being able to rip through the enemy's AT field is incredibly useful and important to actually be able to win some of this. So kind of like it shows here, this is I think Ramiel, the big old diamond guy, and this is essentially just a first-person shooter where you have to just aim the control stick correctly and make sure that you can hit your shot. Then there's this kind of quick time event, button mashy one, where you have to stop. You have to stop the Eva that's gone rogue. I think it has Toji in it in the anime. And this is actually going through just about every single mission, which I think is incredible. This mission is really fun. This is kind of the rhythm game-esque section. The dance battle with Shinji and Asuka, as you might be able to see kind of there, you have to tap the buttons at the correct time to do the dance, essentially, to fight. And then we have the lava episode, where Asuka goes into the lava and has to fight the angel down there. You basically just spin around to locate the angel, and then once it gets close, you like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 knife it. From what I remember, I haven't played the game in a while, but I wanted to get this video out there and do something with it since, 20th anniversary, stuff like that, or 23rd, I think. So yeah, then we get to mission 7, which is where they all, put their hands up like in Majora's Mask and stop the big thing from coming down, which I think is another kind of rhythm-based section where it kind of like goes through and you have to jump at the right time and stuff like that. And then we get to mission 10, which I don't think I actually got to mission 10. I think I stopped playing around that time, so that I'm unsure of. But wow, it actually does detail just about every single mission, which is really weird to me, but pretty cool, I think. And there's simulation mode. It details it a little bit better. It seems like you just simulate fighting against other monsters. And so yeah, that is the manual. It kind of just told you some of the controls and then detailed each mission for you, which I think is really cool. Probably really helpful if you've never played the game before or looking to play the game for the first time. As someone who can't read Japanese and got this kind of as a novelty because I love Evangelion, I had no clue what I was doing. I had to kind of figure it out or look up guides to it. But I do think this is a fun game. It graphically is really impressive. I think they do a really good job with it. And it actually got a sequel on the PlayStation 2. And obviously, as some of you might know, there's also multiple Saturn games on it. But that's pretty much it. I wish I could kind of detail a lot of this stuff a little better, but unfortunately I don't or currently cannot read Japanese. Maybe I'll redo this video when I'm able to read Japanese, but I mainly wanted to just get this out so that I could talk about oh shoot, I think that thing's stopping it. Where'd that go? There we go. I mainly wanted to just get this video out so I could talk about something that I think is really cool in my collection, but also give an update to what I'm working on and the videos that I have planned. So, like I said, hopefully I should have... I don't know where to put this. Hopefully I should have a new video coming out soon. I'm not going to say what it is yet just because... I don't know, I think it's a better surprise. And then obviously after that, I'm going to try to release the Luigi's Mansion video. And after that is going to be a huge project. I don't quite know when that third video is coming out. But that's what I'm working on right now. This was Neon Genesis Evangelion for the Nintendo 64. And this is another episode of Into the Collection. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, all of that stuff. But also check out my TikTok for a little bit of more information on this specifically. I did make a TikTok on this and another TikTok on Eternal Darkness because that also celebrated I think 20th or 21st. I think it was 20th. Anyway, just celebrated a big, birthday. So make sure to check that out as well. I am uploading a little bit more frequently on TikTok, but obviously for more documentary, collection focused content, stay here. But it's been really nice talking to you again. And hopefully here in a week or two, I'll have another video for you, but it won't be one of these. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.